morning everybody, happy Monday, hope you're all well. It's a new week, it's a new month and the sun is shining, although I'm sat in the shade and I think this camera looks really dark. Let's turn the brightness up a little bit. How do we do this? There we go, that's a little bit better. Yeah, new week, new month, sun is shining and I'm just about over the exhaustion of driving from almost the bottom of the country to almost the top of the country and back again via North Yorkshire. The drive from Somerset to Scotland, if we'd have just got in the car and drove and not stopped, it was saying on the sat nav at 4:30 in the morning it would take us 7 hours and 9 minutes. However, obviously we stopped a couple of times for toilets, snacks, breakfast, etc. And I think we got there for it was just about 9 hours it took us to get from Somerset to Scotland, so I don't think that was too bad going. However, the drive then from Scotland to North Yorkshire was long, so long. I had no idea, obviously, what my route was going to be or what it was going to look like because I've never been that far up the country. And in my head, I thought we would just be like hopping on a motorway and off we'd go. But it wasn't. It was A roads the whole way, pretty much. Until we got to Newcastle, it was all A roads. It was beautiful. Coming between the Scottish border and the English border was absolutely stunning. Like, I've seen views that I'll never forget. I just wish sometimes I wasn't the driver because I'd love to really take it in and see it all. But it was a windy, long A roads the whole way, and it was like you'd speed up and then you'd have to slow down to 30 to cross through a village, and then you speed up again and slow down again, and there was no services along the way. We went through a really beautiful town and I can't remember what it was called. Someone may be able to answer in the comments, but it was, if you're coming through the border, the signs say Newcastle upon Tyne and the village, the town that I'm talking about. I can't remember what it was called, but there was this really amazing old, it looked like a cathedral, and I just thought, wow, this looks like a nice town to explore. Everyone needed a toilet, but I wasn't going to drive into this town because of fear of driving somewhere I didn't know and going down, you know, down the wrong road, down, you know, I always think I'm going to end up going the wrong way down a one-way system or drive into somewhere you're not allowed to drive into. Done that once before in St Ives. I've driven along the very front of the seafront in St Ives. You're not supposed to drive through there unless you've got like permission, but I took a wrong turn in one day, so I was like, no, I'm not stopping in the town, we're going to keep going until we find a toilet. Well, of course there wasn't any. By this point everyone is desperate because as soon as someone said, Mum, I need the toilet, I'd be like, yeah, soon, we'll stop soon. And I would wait until they were absolutely desperate, because if I stopped every time someone said they needed the toilet, we'd have never got anywhere. But by this point, everyone was doing the wee dance in their seat, and I was thinking, oh no, we're gonna, and I said to Felicity, you can do a wild wee. She will never have a wild wee. But she was like, do you know what, Mum? Yes, I'll have a wild wee, just pull over. And then we saw this sign for Forest Drive, and it had WC. So I quickly turned in, and I'm driving into a flipping forest and I'm thinking, where have I just driven? What am I driving into? But at the bottom of the track there was these little tiny toilets in the woodland. So we used the toilet and then I spotted a sign that said you had to pay. So I said to Kev, oh, it says you've got to pay £2.50 to park. So Kev's trying to load the app to pay the £2.50 to have a wee, and it's not loading. And then thankfully someone that worked in the grounds came along and Kev said, do I need to pay? We've only come down as far as the toilets. And he said, no, go back out. So I'm hoping I don't get any fine through the post for going into this forest. We got back on the road and then we got sent on a diversion that took us over a national park. I want to say it was Northumberland National Park, but I might be wrong. But the road was like riding a wave. Like, the road going through this national park was like this, and you'd be driving and it looked like the road had vanished, and it was like you were on a roller coaster, and then you dip back down, and we were all chuckling because this road was like that. And then we got to Jen's, had a lovely couple of days at Jen's, and then we left there at just before 7 p.m, timing it that we would end up at Birmingham after rush hour, like well after rush hour. We'd arrive at Birmingham at like 9-10 o'clock at night. However, someone in an office somewhere thought that it'd be a really, really good idea to set up roadworks at Birmingham that would require shrinking from 4 lanes to 1 lane on a Friday evening at the end of half term. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. What wise clown thought that's a perfect time to do this? But it just caused an hour delay. I just watched the sat nav go from saying we were going to get home at 11:20 to now getting home at 12:10. And I was thinking, oh my goodness me. And then there was another motorway closure on the M5, so we had to divert again. And eventually we got home at midnight, and I was absolutely shattered. So yeah, it took us just under 6 hours to get from North Yorkshire to home. And I think I'm just about recovered. I've got so many stories to tell you about our time in Scotland. I feel like I've so much to tell you, but it all still feels like it was so long ago now. I think that's always the case, isn't it? When you come home from a holiday or a breakaway and you get back into the ordinary swing of life, your breakaway feels like it was a million years ago, and that's how I'm feeling right now. But what I can say is that we had the most loveliest time. It was so nice to be away as a complete family with all of our children, because that doesn't happen very often. And I can only imagine as the years go on, it's going to happen less and less as they grow up, move out, have their own families and all of that sort of thing. We're going to have less time all together. So I really treasured those moments that we were all together as a family. And yeah, we've had some laughs along the way. We've definitely had some chuckles, but we've also spent an incredible amount of money, so much money that I'm now counting down the days to payday, 11 days to be precise. We got home and we went on our bank statement and checked everything, because we'd just been paying for whatever we needed to pay for, and there was a payment in Edinburgh, and I was like, where did we spend £40 and 40p in Edinburgh? Like, we were running back through our day, like we got to Edinburgh, we went here, we went there, we did this, we did that, we paid for this, we paid for that, and we had this £40 charge to Kev's card. And it said it was for city sightseeing, and we're like, we didn't do any city sightseeing. So we rung up the bank, and the bank said, did you go on any city sightseeing tours? Did you stay in any B&Bs? And we were like, no. And the bank said that they've raised it as fraud, because what we think has happened is, we think, the bank haven't said this, but this is what Kev thinks. Kev thinks he's left his phone wallet open, and then he's walked past. There's lots of like tour guides. They've got like the big flags and they take you on tours of the city. He thinks he's walked past one of those with his phone wallet open, and it's taken a payment. So yeah, we spent £40 and 40p on a sightseeing tour we didn't even do. Hopefully the bank are going to refund that. But yeah, we spent an awful lot of money. Which brings me to the fact that I'm now sat in Sainsbury's car park. Someone has spilt pasta sauce on the new stairs carpet. Not allowed food upstairs in our house, so how pasta sauce is spilt on the stairs, I don't know. Must have been done by one of those fairies, you know, the ones, we've all got them in our houses if we've got kids and husbands. So yeah, someone spilled pasta sauce on this new stair carpet, so I need to go and get a carpet cleaner. Can't really afford a carpet cleaner, it's going on a credit card, but that's what I'm about to do. And then this evening I'm going to clean the stairs carpet and clean the front room carpet, which is absolutely disgusting. Plan of action for today, I've already been talking for 9 minutes. Kev's at home doing doing home learning with the younger ones. They've just done their reading. Felicity's doing Oliver Twist at the moment, because Summer is doing Oliver Twist for her college production. So we're going to be going to see that next month. And the other day we picked Felicity up a Oliver Twist book, but it's made for young readers. So she's just read that, and I've printed her out some worksheets to go with it. So they're at home doing that. We're then going to Home Ed Group, and then we're going to go for a walk. So yeah, stick with us. I'm sure I'll have more Scotland stories to tell you as the day goes on. But yeah, I'm just so happy that it all went to plan. The wedding was beautiful. The time spent together was lovely. But yeah, I'm about to go now and part with even more money to buy a carpet cleaner. made at Home Ed Group. They're little, I forgot what they were called, but it's pastry with, I know they're barflies, but they had a name. Pastry with brown sugar and then rolled up and folded to make them into butterflies. They're super cute. But I've just, I was parked in a 1 hour stay only slot, so I went and got my car, went home, switched the washing over, grabbed Brooke, and we're now going to meet Lindsay, because her kids have got inset day today, at Fine Court for a walk.
Don't stop now. We're like the riddle in the sky. Flying high. Don't think we're ever coming down. So let's live it up, pick it up, just call me up. Say anything and I'm down. We're just like a fire, and we'll just pick it up, don't wanna stop. We'll keep it going all night. Yeah.
He went round all of you.
I'm tripping on a feeling that ain't going away. I need you right next to me. Take the records to the city and close your eyes and just play. And I'll be swaying.
Yeah, that's not working.
We just sway. And I'll be swaying. We
Joy.
just sway. Levitating with you. Anything can happen. What you think we should do? Let's not begin. We're just flying high. We're not coming down. Come right up next to me. Step aside to side. I wanna sway. Yeah, we can dance the night away. Right. Want to dance in the rain, yeah. I'm tripping on a feeling that ain't going away. I need you right next to me. Take the records to the ceiling, close your eyes and just play. And I'll be sway. And we just sway. And I'll be sway. And we just sway.
That's the kids suitably tired out from their walk. The dog is knackered. He's having a little nap on the front room floor, and I'm at the gym. Well, I'm in the car park of the gym. Do I want to be here? Absolutely not. I just don't want to do this. It's been over a week and I could think of 1,000,001 excuses for why I don't want to go back to the gym. And I know that when I get in there, I'll be absolutely fine. I'll probably really enjoy it, but it's actually just the getting in and through the door and getting going that I'm struggling with. But it needs to be done because unfortunately I'm one of those people that if I eat and I don't exercise, I just get fatter and fatter. And I know you'll all be in the comments like, no you don't, you're fine. The scales tell me different, and I've not even dared to get on them since coming home from Scotland, but I'm gonna guess, just by the way the clothes feel, about 3 to 5 pounds. So I definitely need to get myself back in the gym. And then once I'm done here, Kev's at home cooking dinner, and then I'm going to go over to the next town. Annoyingly, I've had a couple of deliveries. I had the dresses that I wore, the dress I wore to the wedding. I ordered that in 2 sizes. I paid £5 for delivery, and then I had to pay £6.95 to return the one that I didn't use. So I ordered it in 2 different sizes. And then I ordered a blue pinstripe shirt from Next. So you might remember back when we went to Cornwall last, I was wearing a blue stripy shirt and I really loved it. And then I ironed it, and I don't use the iron very often, and I burnt a hole in it. And everywhere I've been, I've looked in all of the Primarks that I've been to. So one in Portsmouth, one in Edinburgh, trying to find this shirt again, and haven't been able to. So I just ordered a similar one from Next, but we don't have a Next in our town, so I have to go to the next town. Collected it, it's too big. Well, it was a week ago. It'd probably fit right now, but I'm back at the gym, so it needs to go back. So I'm going to return that, and then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go home and unbox the new carpet cleaner. So if you want to see what the carpet cleaner's like, stick with this video. But first things first, I know I'll be fine. Put my headphones in, play some music. I'll come out in a minute thinking, why didn't I just get on with it sooner? It's good fun going to the gym. However, it is teenage hour, so it's going to be full of like 14, 15-year-old boys flexing in all the mirrors. Opening this is actually making me a little bit nervous. And that's because there are so many to choose from and they're not cheap. So, you know, you're not going to know if it's any good until you've got it out and you're using it. And I just don't want it to be one of those where I'm like, oh, wish we chose that one instead. But we chose the Ditl Pro Heat 2x Revolution. This one. That's the one we went for. And it was 250 down to 180. And then you use the code RED10, this is Argos, for 10% off. And then I used Jamie's colleague discount card for another 10% off, which made it £144. Now, I didn't know if it was going to include any detergent, but I wanted to open the box first and see before ordering any. And I'm pleased to report there is not one, but 3 different bottles of detergent. We've got Wash and Refresh Febreze, powerful cleaning with a refreshing spring scent, Oxygen Boost. They're both the same size bottles, but that one's much heavier. That's really weird. That one feels heavier than the other one, but they say they're both 236 mils. Maybe it's because I've been to the gym and this arm's a bit weaker. It says permanently removes tough stains. Oxygen Boost, boosts formula performance. So do you add, I don't know if you add that together maybe. And then this one says Wash and Protect Pro Stain and Odour. Professional strength to remove tough stains and odours. This is the one I need for the front room carpet, because the front room carpet is absolutely disgusting. And the others should be fine for my stairs carpet, which isn't, obviously just has some pasta sauce on it. But I thought there was no point going out and buying a spot cleaner. I might as well buy a proper carpet cleaner, and also one that does upholstery. So I can use it for the sofa and I can use it for the seats of my car, because I've had my car for 5 years this summer and I've never cleaned the seats. I know that's disgusting. They are disgusting. They are absolutely minging. So they definitely need a clean. So this will be used for that as well. Now, where do we start with getting all of this out of the box and putting it all together? No idea. There's bits galore here. Loads of bits. Oh, I guess that's the bit you use for doing the stairs and upholstery. And this bit, the heavy bit, let's get rid of that bit of cardboard, is the main bit. Right, I'll be back when I've put it together. So there it is, that's my cleaner put together, apart from a screw that I need to screw into the back of this red handle. I need to find a screwdriver for that. This is This wasn't meant to be used for shoes like that. It's an absolute mess. And that Lidl's bag is a bag of shoes that just appeared the other day after Bella's mum had been here. And I said, don't tell me that's a bag of shoes that she's got fed up with littering her hallway and she's brought back. And it blooming well is. That is another bag of Reese's shoes. There is Reese's shoes absolutely everywhere. There's a pair down here. There's a pair there. There's another pair there. There's a good 3 or 4 pairs littered around my hallway, and then a bag full that Bella's mum has delivered back to his house so that they're not cluttering up her hallway. But anyway, enough about Reese's shoes. I'm going to put some clean water and solution in this, and then I'm going to give it a go. I believe you just flick this one up and then stick this one in here, and that's how you use the nozzle for doing the stairs or upholstery. I'm not sure if it's sick for Sienna. I think it's good. I'm not sure if I describe a carpet cleaner as totally sick. But I do think it looks good. And you look tired and like you need to go to bed. Getting tired yet? In theory, you should press on. Oh, wow. That's the trigger. Look how many they get to this one. Probably need to go that way, actually. Okay, there's quite a little nozzle. I've been doing it for a long time. Should have showed you a before and after, but the pasta sauce is gone. We've now bought the whole thing upstairs. 2 seconds, Lissy, because this is that tree sap that came out of the new door. And obviously I've tried to get it out and I can't get it out, and I don't think this is going to get it out either. We have got... Well, if it does, amazing. We have a bit of spare carpet, so what we mean to do is go to the carpet shop and ask the carpet guy for a price to come out and just replace this top landing, because it's not very big, because of that. But let's give it a go with the Hoover then, let's see. So I'll press the button on the handle. You press the button so the solution's coming out, yeah? I don't think it's going to come out. I think this whole stairs, the landing's going to have to be replaced. No, as I suspected, it's not going to work. Never mind. Firstly, thumbs up to the new carpet cleaner. It's brilliant. I've done the front room carpet, or some of the front room carpet. I do need to like pull all the furniture out, but I need to get some more detergent because I've used all the little bottles and the stuff that I had in the cupboard. You're annoying. And stuff I had in the cupboard was the Astonish carpet cleaner, and that is by far better than the Bissell stuff. I think I've had my first ever big fat fail when it comes to home education, and that's because I bought this book in the charity shop, Oliver Twist, and it says Osborne Young Reading. So I was like, oh, Summer's doing Oliver for her show at college. I could get Felicity to read this, and then we could do a little bit of like age appropriate Victorian for history. And I also printed her out some reading, so you had to read and then answer the questions from the text. So she did that earlier on, all about Oliver Twist. Yeah. And then Sienna, I heard Sienna say to Felicity, did you enjoy that book? And Felicity said, the book was okay, apart from the picture at the end of a man unaliving himself and a dead dog in the street. And I was like, ooh, I need to look at that later on. And I just remembered about it. So I just picked the book up, and tell me why in an Osborne Young Readers book we have this illustration. See, look.
What?
Dead dog. Dead dog. And anyone who knows Felicity knows that's going to play on her mind all blooming night and for probably forever. But Osborne Young Reading, it's actually there to be read by young children, was not prepared for that.
Do you think that he's just like having a lie down?
No, she told Sienna what it was. Oh yeah, he was having a lie down on the side of a building somewhere. Oh, were you talking about the dog?
Both of them.
Oh yeah, he's just having a little snooze.
Also, I just think this is so like... Bullseye
ran back and forth, howling dismally. Then the dog leaped at the dead man, trying to... Oh my God. Can you hear this? Then the dog leaped at the dead man, trying to reach him. Instead, he dashed his head on a stone windowsill and fell to the ground. The dog was as dead as his master.
No, that's Bill Sykes.
I know who it is.
Bill Sykes and Bullseye.
Yeah, I know.
Bullseye.
I know. But did this need to go in the Oliver Twist Young Reading?
Well, yeah, because
how old this book is.
he abused Nancy. He's got to have his, like...
I know. I just don't think that this was very appropriate for a 9-year-old.
I just think the illustrations are so funny.
What's going on here?
That's Nancy.
What's happening to this
Nancy's
diva?
dead. It's diva. I'm telling Kate you said that. I'm going to say, Mum was reading...
Bang! A pistol shot exploded and Nancy slumped lifeless to the ground. Bill swore and closed his eyes. I had to kill her,
in ours, he's grabbing her like this and going...
Okay, so even in your college production of 16 and 17-year-olds, you've made it a little bit less tragic. I mean, it's still tragic, but at least he's not shooting her.
No, he gets shot at the end.
Oh, but I'd argue that's possibly a quicker and better way out than that.
No, he's like killing her, punching her, bang, bang, bang. And he's going, your eyes, Nancy, your eyes. And then she... on the ground. And then I really, really want this line. Emily and Sarah, if you're watching this, I want to run it and go, it's Nancy! Bill Sykes has killed Nancy!
So if the home ed group do go to see Oliver, are they going to cut that scene out?
Nah, they're just making it a bit quieter. They're just going to put the audience lights up.
Oh my lord. So yeah, I think this is my first home education parenting fail.
No, it just shows like the life of Victorian England.
Yeah, it does. But this is Felicity we're talking about.
Yeah.
She's mortified.
Maybe it'll just like...
Talk of the devil. That's not Felicity, that's Sienna.
Yes, Mr. Bumble. Why is it naked?
It's a baby Oliver.
Oh, this is me. It's me.
Oh, let's have a little flick, see if there's any other terrible pictures.
No, I want to see if there's any prostitutes. Hold on.
So on further inspection, we also have Bill Sykes with a gun, threatening to shoot poor Oliver.
Mum, it's just literally... Oh, you can't see it. It's just them showing the story. God, my
hands and again. Here we go.
What's he doing there?
Got a gun.
He doesn't even hold a gun in ours.
I'm laughing about it, but I'm actually traumatised for Felicity and really annoyed at myself that I didn't like flick through it first.
No.
Well, why would I? It says Osborne Young Reading. This is for young children to read. I'm going to Google it and see how long ago this book came out. Because
but can I put this in my bibliography for research?
What's one of them?